This is Doug DeMuro, and today I am going to finally address and explain why I haven't reviewed a Tesla Cybertruck, the hottest car on the market. Everybody's asking about it. What about the Cybertruck? When are you going to review a Cybertruck? It's the most exciting thing. Why haven't I reviewed a Cybertruck yet? Let me explain. Today's video is brought to you by Cars and Bids, my online enthusiast car auction site that recently sold this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, so the Tesla Cybertruck. I'm not even gonna provide backstory and like a history of the Cybertruck to get people up to the speed because you already know what it is. I was behind one a couple weekends ago in Orange County, and I've never seen a vehicle attract so much attention. It's like when I drive my Countach. Video by everybody, pictures, people freaking out and pointing. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. This car is, just like the Countach, this car has transcended the automotive sphere and has become just a cultural icon. And so everybody knows what it is. Obviously, I would thus want to film a review with it, seeing as I am a car review channel and I film reviews of new cars, and this is the biggest and most exciting new car. So, since I haven't yet, you know, the first ones were delivered maybe like 10 weeks ago, people are wondering why, and I'm going to explain now. So basically the deal is this: Cars and Bids, my online automotive auction website. Cars and Bids has kind of obviously become the best place to resell new electric cars after they first go on sale. And to like, if they're really supply constrained, people who buy them and then flip them really quick for a profit, Cars and Bids, we do many things well, and that's one of them. And Cars and Bids does that better than anybody else. And as I film this video, we've auctioned 425 Tesla models, 265 Rivian models, 34 Hummer EVs, 12 Lucids. You get the idea. A lot of different new EVs. So I figured I'm gonna wait until we have the first Cybertruck to come up on Cars and Bids. And that way, when I film the review, it'll get a zillion views and it'll drive traffic to Cars and Bids. And it'll be great for everybody. Cars and Bids will get this huge traffic boost, and someone will get their Cybertruck, you know, sent out there and make great money selling it, and the video will do well, it'll make a lot of money. This sounds like a great opportunity to really get capitalism working for us. Figured, great, this will be great. And I'll tell you, in the past, when new EVs have come out, within a week or two, some of them have just immediately already shown up on Cars and Bids. And I gotta say, this was true for the Fisker Ocean, which I think worked really well. I did a review of the Fisker Ocean. I was one of the first people to review it, and someone posted it on Cars and Bids. The one I reviewed was sold on Cars and Bids, and so it worked out great. And it seems like a pretty good thought and a pretty good idea, right? It'll be a good tie-in, a good promotion. It's wonderful. And that's especially true because demand will be so high that definitely someone will want to flip a Cybertruck, make some money on it, just like they did when the Plaid came out, just like they did when the Hummer EV came out, when the Rivian, all of it. So I decided I would wait until one gets submitted to film it. So then they started to get submitted. People started to submit them. They started to take delivery, and immediately they wanted to sell it and make 100 grand. And that was great. But just as quickly as they were coming in, people started to get spooked about actually selling them. So when the Cybertruck sort of started to get near deliveries, Tesla came out with a thing that said they would sue anybody who tried to flip their Cybertruck in the first year of ownership. Okay. I don't think they would be successful in that lawsuit based on legal precedent. There's a lot of legal precedent that basically says when you own something, you can kind of do whatever you want with it. No matter what agreements you sign, no matter what you promise, you kind of have the ability to do whatever you want, no matter what the automaker says. But just because you might prevail in a lawsuit doesn't mean that Tesla might not make it very difficult for you to, you know, sell the car, or once you've sold it, make your life very hard after that. And Tesla could block people from getting future cars. That is certainly within their rights, and other automakers have done that. And a lot of the people who bought these Cybertrucks new are big-time Tesla fans, and that would be a big deal if, you know, Tesla blocked them from getting a Roadster or the next whatever. So that obviously has weighed on people's minds. Then there's the concern that Tesla could, in theory, brick the car. You sell it, Tesla will find out about that because in order to get into a Tesla, it's on your phone and there's an app that's like signed into a VIN. And in order to transfer ownership, you got to transfer the VIN in the app.
So Tesla will know when one trades hands, no question, and thus they could easily find out about it and then void the warranty or brick the car. In other words, make it not work anymore. I don't think Tesla has threatened to do this, but other automakers have in the past, and it's certainly something you're fearing. You don't know what's going to happen, right? So you want to make this money flipping the Cybertruck, but at the same time, there's some consequences that are maybe a little bit scary. So people have been scared. And so finally, we get a guy who says, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it if you agree to conceal the VIN, so Tesla doesn't know that it's me. Now, at Cars and Bids, we are obsessed with transparency. All of our previous auctions show, even cars that didn't sell, which some auction sites try to hide, but we don't, all of the cars are available to see, all the VINs, the Carfax reports, the histories, the known. We have a section in each auction where we call out flaws of the product we're trying to sell. What other company does that? We're very, very good about transparency, and this guy's asking us to conceal the VIN. So we talk about it internally, and we kind of come to the conclusion that, you know, here's the deal. There's an enormous amount of excitement around the car. The original Cybertrucks are all optioned the same. So it's not like the VIN, having the VIN will give you any more information than any other, you know, like, oh, if I have the VIN and I can look up the options and this one is equipped this way or whatever. They're all the same initially. All the initial series trucks are the same. So we're like, look, as long as the guy can prove to us that he owns it and show us the paperwork, we can verify it, then fine, we'll conceal the VIN. But I said to him, look, Tesla's going to find out. Like, they just will. Years ago, I had the very first Model 3 review. This is in November of 17. And we did a lot to conceal that. And Tesla found out, let's just say. And it wasn't pretty. I'm just going to move on. Anyway, so I said, yeah, we'll conceal the VIN. And so the guy had sent this note like on a Sunday saying, I'll do it if you conceal the VIN. And Monday morning, we discuss it in the office. We decide, okay, fine, we'll do it as long as he can prove ownership. Monday at noon, I send him a message. I say, all right, we'll do it. And he says, I already sold it. Sure you did, sir, if you even had it in the first place. So then another guy submits his same deal. We say, hey, look, there's all these potential risks. He said, oh, I'll do it if you conceal the VIN. And, you know, then a day or two goes by and he says, you know, actually, I'm going to wait and talk to my lawyers before I make a decision. And it's like, well, here we go. So as I film this video, everyone is still too spooked. Everybody's too scared to sell one. Frankly, I think it's stupid. And I don't really get it. Why does Tesla care if people resell the trucks? At the very least, it exposes them to the fact that there's an enormous amount of demand. Like if the truck's 100 grand or whatever it costs and people are selling for 250, 300, that shows just how much interest there is in these things and just how successful this launch has been. I guess Tesla would rather these people wait to buy their own later, but you're talking about onesie twosies. How many people are really going to pay that much over? And you're trying to stop people from selling something they own. I mean, it's kind of a stupid thing, in my opinion. But regardless, that's the position Tesla has taken. And again, a lot of the people who own this truck are Tesla fans anyway, and they're not willing to give up the relationship they have with Tesla, whatever it is, the rights to early products for like the 100 grand in profits or 50 or 75 or whatever it ended up being. So, will I review one? The answer is yeah. There have been some conspiracy theories. I've gotten some tweets. You're not reviewing it because big automaker told you to stay away. No, it has nothing to do with that. I will review one. And I may even just concede that we will probably not be able to list one quickly enough on Cars and Bids, and I'll just review a regular one that some person has and is happy to have. I already have a friend of a friend in San Diego who has one. One of my neighbors already has one. I'll get one reviewed. It'll be fine. I was just hoping to make this cool cross promotion, and I didn't think there would be so much hoopla and hubbub about reselling this vehicle. But that's the situation. That is the explanation for why I haven't yet. Nothing nefarious. Some people have accused me of things. It's not true. You were paid by Legacy Truck. A Ford Lightning delivered a wad of cash. I always loved that one. You've been paid off. I got a career GT. I'm not taking like 5 grand from Ford to like review a product well. It's not occurring, it's not in my mindset, not gonna happen. But that's basically the situation on the Cybertruck. So, and by the way, if you wanna know my early thoughts on the Cybertruck, I think it is cool as hell. Like, I think it's stupid and heinous and ridiculous, but it's cool. And isn't that the point of most trucks? Aside from the vast swath of middle America who actually uses their trucks, the type of people spending $100 grand for a lifted off-roader Ford Raptor. I mean, people buy a Raptor because it's cool. They don't use the capabilities. They buy it because it's cool. And I find it so funny, all these Raptor people being like, you know, the Cybertruck can only tow this many pounds, this many minutes. And it's like, when was the last time you towed? You bought your truck because it's cool. Now this person's doing the same. You're just mad because they upstaged you. But anyway, that's my general thought. I am excited to get up close with the truck. As the quirks and features guy, it seems like this thing has a lot of them. And we'll see what happens when I do.